Hi guys, our good friend Sammy Wilson of the DUP stood up in Parliament on Monday and complained. Now that's nothing new, I hear you say, but instead of complaining about the Northern Ireland Protocol or the Windsor Framework, Sammy, who's a Brexiteer, complained about a Brexit consequence. So when the UK, including Northern Ireland, was part of the EU, deprived areas got European money. Since leaving, the Tories have said that they would match it. That was a lie. Then they said that they would put in place a new fund and distribute cash that way. Well, it seems to be taking its time. Have a listen.
This Friday, hundreds of groups across Northern Ireland will face a situation where their funding finishes and they will have to close their doors. Can the Minister give us an assurance that the problems with the Shared Prosperity Fund, which were meant to replace the European structural funds, will be sorted out, and those groups, including Monkstown Boxing Club, my constituency, will be given assurance of funding?
Levelling Up has been working incredibly hard, and I'm grateful to members of Parliament from the DUP, but also to the Chairman of the Select Committee for holding our feet to the fire.
So that's a no. Will they get the funding they need to remain open? Levelling Up, and good for holding our feet to the fire. Communities around the United Kingdom, not just in Northern Ireland, but communities around the United Kingdom, used to receive EU funding, deprived areas. This went to create jobs, create skills for young people, redevelopment, fixing up parks, all sorts of things. You can search online and you can find out how EU funding was spent in your area. But the DUP wanted out. The DUP were warned about the consequences of Brexit. The farming community in Northern Ireland were asking the DUP, what's going to happen to us after? And the DUP said, don't worry, everything will be fine. The Tories told farmers and deprived areas, don't worry, we will match the funding. Then later they said, well, we won't be matching the funding, but what we'll do is we'll give you more freedom over how the money is spent. Then it became clear that there was no freedom over how the money was spent, because it was Westminster basically deciding how the money would be spent. And I've said before, when politicians pump money into an area, it's either to prop up an existing MP or to win over the public, to flip the seat. In Northern Ireland, I think, the Conservatives don't have any MPs there. So where's the incentive for the Conservatives to spend money in deprived areas in Northern Ireland? Because as I said before, when the EU spent money there, it was because it was deprived. They're not looking for votes. And now you have the DUP, who campaigned for Brexit, supported Brexit, still believe Brexit is a good idea, going cap in hand to Michael Gove asking, can you help out these communities that are suffering as a consequence of the Brexit that we campaigned for? And Michael Gove is basically telling them to F off. It's pretty pathetic. And I hope the communities that relied on that money are going to remember the DUP at the next election. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.